If you're anything like me, and if you're watching this, I'd like to assume that you are. You just drink to feel normal in a sense that you don't feel like your skin's crawling and that you have to sit with yourself knowing that, fuck, you're a piece of shit. Knowing that you promised yourself that this was it. Knowing that the lie that you tell yourself every fucking day when you close your eyes that it's the last time. In the morning when you wake up and you say you're fucking done with this shit, hungover, sick, cold and alone. And if there's people around, they don't want to look at you in the eye. And you don't want to fucking look them in the eye because you might have to be accountable for what you did or didn't do. You know what it's like living that nightmare after day. I lived that nightmare for 20 fucking years. But I want to tell you that there is a way out. There is a solution. The solution isn't fucking take a pill. The solution isn't pray more. The solution isn't found outside of yourself. The solution is when you look in the mirror and you look yourself in the eye and you say, fucking, I've got to change. No one can change for me but me. Because you look fine on the outside. You look fine. Everyone looks at you and think you got your shit together. You hide your bottles really well. Just like you hide your pain. Just like you hide the fucking misery that you wake up to every fucking morning. You hide it behind your smiles as you dry reach, but you got your special hiding spots. What about hiding it in the toilet? Let's talk about it. Why is it so hard to fucking quit this shit? If it's destroying our lives, destroying everything that we are, or even destroying everything that we work for, why is it so hard to quit? Because it's your identity. It's your routine. It's your life. It's your way out. It's your escape. I used to drink to numb to life, to numb to the pain, to numb the regret, just to numb the disappointment, just to survive the fucking day. And you'd say to yourself, oh, well, if I could just go to rehab. That was one of the lies that I told myself. And these are the things that we say. But the truth is, there comes a point in your life where you've got to switch, where you've got to make that switch in your head, the sober switch, where you've got to say, enough's enough. It doesn't have to come from rock bottom. You don't have to hit fucking rock bottom. You don't even have to wait for rock bottom. You can just fucking decide. You could decide now, because there's many moments in our lives where we can make a different decision, where we could turn and do something and have something and be something different if we just fucking make that choice and choose something else for ourselves. Because you're not alone. There's communities of people out there that will support you, will champion you, will work for you and will help you. But the truth is, you've got to work for yourself. You've got to want it for yourself, and you've got to work for it yourself. And the process isn't about going, 573 days in 5 minutes. Don't worry about that. All you have to focus, the real focus that you need to focus on today is day one, over and over and over again. Every day is day one. Just go bang, day one. And one day is not the day that you're going to stop. And day one is the day that you stay stopped over and over and over again. You win the 24 hours, you repeat, and you do it again. You say, oh, fuck. Oh, I don't know if I could do. I know when I stopped drinking. I know when I was drinking. I didn't believe that I could go fucking 5 minutes without stopping. But it came to a point where I flicked that sober switch where I had to say, enough's enough. I'm done with this shit. I'm going to change. Even if my answer's on fire, I'm not going to drink. And then I didn't drink. And then I got 1 day. Then I got 2 days. Then I got 3 days. Then I got 4 days. And as the days go on, the belief in your ability to be sober and to live sober increases. It doesn't just happen. It's a process. And you're going to need support along the way. You're going to need people on your side. Not just people that, are in your family. Because, they want you to succeed just as much as you want to succeed. But they don't believe in you yet. And you don't even believe in yourself yet. But there's men and women out there that have been through the process, that have done the work, that have changed, that will help you. And that's where you get the support, the faith, and the ability to move, even in spite of everything that you are thinking, believing, and knowing about yourself. You keep going. And it's not about finding God, because everyone's definition of God or anything like that is different. It's just about finding a reason to change and enough faith in yourself to know that you can do the work. And it's not really that complicated. It might be a little bit hard, but you've already done hard. You already lived the hard life of every day waking up with a hangover, going to work, fucking doing it over and over and over again. That's hard. Just not drinking isn't that hard. It's really fucking simple. but it can also feel overwhelming. But that's why we just break the process down after day and just have an open mind. Don't believe that you need something external to save you, because everything that you need to save yourself is already within you. You have all the tools, all the abilities within yourself. You might believe that alcohol's taken your power. You might believe that alcohol's taken everything that you are. But the truth is, alcohol might have robbed you of a lot, but it hasn't robbed you of your future yet. At any point, no matter how far you've fallen, no matter how fucked things are, you can turn it around. Because you're not broken. You're just undecided. You haven't made a commitment. You haven't burned the boats and said, fucking never again. There was a time when the Spanish couldn't risk it all or whatever came over and they were like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be fun. But they burnt the boats and they were like, well, we're going to make this fucking work. And that's what you have to do with alcohol. You have to burn the boats. You have to turn away from what you've done and move the fuck forward. Because no matter how much you want to stay stuck, if you've burnt the boats, you've just got to make it work. And that's what I did in my life. I just made it fucking work. I didn't even know how I was going to make it work. Didn't believe that I could, but I knew I had to. So I just put one foot in front of the other. It wasn't an overcomplicated process. It was just putting one foot in front of the other. So before you think, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Oh, I don't know if don't overcomplicate it. Get it really simple. Keep it simple and just one day after the other. Just keep moving. Because you remember, you've seen the proof that people can get sober. Look on the internet. People after people get sober every fucking day. People live without alcohol. It is possible, but you have to believe that it's possible for you. You can say it might be good for you, but you don't know what my life's been like. I would challenge that because you don't know what my fucking life's been like. But a lot of the pain, a lot of the anguish, and a lot of the fuckery was brought on by my alcohol. You put down the alcohol, things start to improve no matter how fucked they are. Because alcohol isn't a solution to any fucking problem that you have in your life. Alcohol is like pouring battery acid into your eyes and trying to see. It doesn't work because you've got to put down the shovel and stop digging the hole and start building a fucking ladder out of the fucking nightmare. Because the ladder, it will lead you into the solution. The solution is A, stopping drinking. B, starting to fucking fix the problems in your life and facing the problems, because real men don't need to fucking run away and hide like a little bitch underneath a fucking bottle. Spent 20 years hiding like a little bitch, so I can tell you that real men don't do that. I wasn't a man. I was a boy trying to cope with the problems that I couldn't deal with. But the moment that I put down the bottle and started to deal with my problems, started to make my life better, things got better. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I make less mistakes. And the quality of my life improves the further away that I get from alcohol. But that being said, the quality of my life could go back to where it was if I went back to alcohol, because alcohol has nothing to offer you. You need to believe that. You need to know that alcohol is not a solution. And that's why at times it can be really fucking tempting to go back, because you think, well, I can't deal with this shit right now. If I get pissed, I don't have to deal with anything. But what happens? Yeah, you don't have to deal with anything in the moment. But what happens? You do something stupid. Then you've got two problems. Then you wake up the next day, you feel sick. So you're already fucking behind the eight ball. You've created another problem. The wife won't look at you in the eyes. The kids fucking are hiding from you. And you got to go to work. We're hungover, sick, miserable. The boss is a fucking pain in the ass. The boss is an idiot. And you go to work and you're fucking stressed out, sick and hungover. And you feel shit about yourself because of all the shit you did the night before. You go and do your job. And then all through the day, all you're thinking about is getting pissed again. Over and over and over again, the cycle begins and continues day after day. You get home, crack a can, and then fucking starts again. This is how it goes for years, decades, until one day you either change or die. There's no in between. And your death might not be one day that you just die. Your death, that would be better than the alternative that alcohol does. What it does is, first of all, it robs you of your health. Then it robs you of your wealth. Then it robs you of your sanity. Then it robs you of everything that you have. And then when you've got nothing left to give, it takes your life. I've seen this cycle over and over and over and over again. And that's not to say that the alcohol has a soul and it's coming to get you, because it's not. It's just a fucking drink that people drink, the end. It's poison, yes, but people put it in their body, poison their body, and then it poisons their mind, and then it poisons their soul, and then it poisons everything around them. That's not to say that alcohol is evil. It's just a poison. So, therefore, it's probably not a good idea to drink a poison. So, if you were a smart person, you would recognize that alcohol is a poison. You would write it off as a poison and you wouldn't drink it. But people all around you are like, oh, this is a good shit. And that's the lie that society has taught us to believe, especially in Australia where I live, that alcohol's the shit and everyone needs to drink it. Or if you don't drink it, there's something wrong with you. I would say that if you have to drink poison to have a good day, there's probably something wrong with you. Even though I drank poison for 20 years. But that being said, alcohol isn't the thing that's evil. The thing that's evil is you choosing alcohol over everything that you are and choosing alcohol over your life. I believe that there's more to life than getting pissed. And if that's something that you're interested in, if that's a life that you want to live, if you want to be more than you are right now, if you want to be sober, you need to make a different choice. You need to do something different, which is stop drinking and start living. Choose to do something rather than choose to just ignore it, because things don't get better, they get worse. Things will continue to get worse until you change. And if you want to live a different life, if you want to be something that you're not right now, you have to do something that you're not doing right now. So I invite you to go to kickthepiss.com and see how we can help you move your life in the direction that you want to go. I'm in recovery. My life's better. Yours can be too. That's not to say your life's going to be perfect, and that's not to say that there's going to be a journey of rocky roads ahead, but you don't have to keep putting the rocks in front of you before you go on the path. Go to kickthepiss.com and choose a better way. Choose life. My name's Jason, and I'm here to help.